Hey guys, Savage Recovery back for another video. How are my savages doing? If you guys aren't subscribed, do me a favor. If you want to support the channel, subscribe, hit the bell, get all my notifications. Hit a like, comment, share, help me out with the algorithm. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you can find me at savage_red_studios, where you can see all of my photography. And also I have a Facebook page and a Twitter. And you guys can check me out on Patreon. You guys can also check me out on the Cash App. Let's get into it. How are my savages doing? So this is about race and how Jake Paul is a racist. So these two people were interviewing Jake Paul. Their names are Champion and Hill. And they asked him if he was racist for punching out a black man. Let's get into it. Hill asked Jake Paul if knocking out Nate Robinson was racist, and Twitter did what Twitter does: explode. Now, this is a puff piece, so this is justifying the bullshit. Cultural critics Hill thrive at the intersection of race and pop culture, and her new show, Vice TV Sticks to Sports, co-host by fellow ESPN alum Champion, follows a similar, So, each week, the dramatic duo interviews some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment, and this guy has only seen a few shows, he says, it's important to note that Hill and Champion frequently poke fun at racial dynamics on the complicated world we live in. During the undercard of the Mike Tyson-Roy Jones exhibit fight in November, Nate Robinson died for all of our sins, murdered at the hands of goofy YouTuber named Jake Paul, who beat Crypto Nate so bad that his soul has yet to return to his body. So, as you can see, they're already clowning the black man. The black man that trained, went into the ring, fought like a man, and he lost. That's what happens. When you have competitions with fighting, someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. It's not about you losing the fight. It's about having the balls to fight. Because everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face. Most people aren't going to do that. Considering the magnitude of the moment and the premise of Stick to Sports, it makes complete sense that Hill and Champion would extend an invite to the same dude who made us forget all about the whole white boy who whooped rapper Sticky Fingers' ass on MTV for an interview. And based on Twitter's response, I think it's safe to assume that at least worth checking out. In a clip posted by Vice TV Twitter account, Hill asked Paul what should be interpreted as an obvious and corny joke, considering that we are all right now in a racial conversation in America. Was what you did to Nate Robinson racist? We've been in a racial conversation since Obama became president. Ever since Obama became president, race has been pushed into politics in college and school, and critical race theory was brought into the government and into our colleges and public schools. Before Obama got elected, he said if he lost, it would not be because of his race. After he won, race was the problem with everything. The question is so outlandish that Hill can't help but chuckle at herself. But regardless of how you feel about her inquiry, it's completely on brand for the show. It wouldn't have come as a surprise. Yet in the social media era in which people love to take things out of context or overreact for the sake of doing so, Hill spent her Wednesday morning trending on Twitter for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, the reason it is because you asked a man if he was racist for punching out a black man in a fight. Then your co-host made the same question right after he answered the question. If it was a joke the first time, then it surely wasn't a joke the second time. We've used race so much in so many things that it's become watered down. And the people that actually get in situations where they're seeing racist people do racist things to them, people don't really want to listen to it because they don't believe it. You have so many high-profile hate crime hoaxes that people just don't want to hear it. We keep hearing that everything is racist. When you're white or you're of the majority, We get called racist all the time. We hear about racism in the news all the time. So for racism to get to the point where you're asking two people that fought in a ring with a contract if it was racist because the dude was white, it's getting old. With the Black Lives Matter at the NBA, Black Lives Matter at the NFL, like with not standing for the pledge, like race has been so pushed into everything that we watch and listen to. For you to then come and say these two men agreed to fight in a ring for money, is that racist? Is just shows how watered down racism really has gotten to in America. There was a woman in the last couple years that did a interview and a talk saying that the reason that she was overweight was because of racism. Seriously, everything is racism. You have people on YouTube and the internet and interviews talking about how everything is racism. Everything. People are getting tired of this narrative. Seriously. Those are just my thoughts on it. Like, I go on and on about all of the statistics, all of the stuff in the narrative that proves that racism isn't the biggest issue in America, but they want to push it into everything. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I have a Parler, a Patreon. If you guys go to my Patreon, my phone number's in there so you can contact me directly. I have a Discord through the Patreon. I have an Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. You can find me on all those platforms. You guys can contact me anytime. Tell me what you're thinking. Send me stories. As always, guys, stay savage.